Today I'm going to show you my 1939 World War II Percival Proctor Mark I. This is a genuine warbird. It flew during the Battle of Britain, not in the Battle of Britain, and I'm going to show you some of the components and parts of this beautifully restored aircraft. The engine is a 208 horsepower Gypsy Queen made by de Havilland's in England, and it's propelled by a de Havilland constant speed propeller which drives the aircraft along at an airspeed during cruise of 130 knots, which is about 190 kilometers an hour. Fuel consumption is 10 gallons per hour low down, 45 liters an hour. Higher up above 5,000 feet, it drops to about 8 gallons an hour or 35 liters. The engine has two carburetors which have to be primed from the cockpit before the first start of the day. A Ky-gas injector pump also assists priming and starting in cold climates. The undercarriage is spring-loaded, and it's housed in two streamlined fairings which you see here. Moving out to the wing where the fuel tanks are, each wing has fuel tanks containing 90 litres of fuel, which altogether give the aircraft an endurance of 4 hours to dry tanks, which would give it a range of about 540 nautical miles. Large trailing edge flaps behind the wing slow the landing speed down to 56 knots, about 70 miles an hour, making approach and landing very safe. On the tail we have a fully cast ring pneumatic tail wheel which is spring-loaded to the centre position to aid taxiing on the ground. The empennage, or tail unit as we call it, is a fully moving tailplane. There are no trim tabs on this aircraft. This gives it a slight speed advantage. A locker on the left side of the fuselage behind the passenger seats contains the ELT emergency beacon and is large enough to take a small case or an overnight bag. Another locker, located in the cockpit behind the rear passenger seats, is large enough for medium-sized suitcases. Entry into this World War II flying machine is challenging. The pilot and passengers have to climb up onto the wing before accessing entry into the cockpit. The front seats tilt forward to allow the passengers in the rear seat to enter the aircraft. The pilot and his passenger then move the seats back and occupy the front seats. Engine lubricated oil is located in a tank in the center section and contains 3 gallons. Oil cooling is achieved by air entering under the wing, blowing over the tank and out the top of the center section. It has proved very effective. Okay, so now we've seen everything, let's go for flight.